Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Wait, turret domination? Don't say. You don't say.
It's David. We need to talk. In private.
Nothing's more private than my info link.
I'm not so sure. I've sent a secure vid call number to your smart home system. Get to your apartment and call me.
Well... Hey!
Delara, what are you doing here?
Is that going to become our standard conversation starter?
I'm serious, Delara. It's dangerous outside. Non-essential staff should be home. How did you even get...
Ouch. Non-essential.
I just meant...
I was trying for a little levity. Truth is, watching Picus News, hearing that the mobs were getting closer to the city, I was reminded of... Let's just say I thought being 3 stories below ground was better than staying in my apartment. So, I called in a favor and got state police to escort me in. Listen, I can tell something big is happening, so I don't want to keep you.
You doing okay, Delara?
Look, Adam, I didn't tell you why I left Lim International. That I was in session with a patient when the incident hit, and that I was...
You were attacked.
Her name was Madeline. She was 13. A really sweet kid. One minute we were talking, laughing actually, about something silly I'd said, and the next she was...
It was a terrible day for everyone.
After I fought her off, she just stared at me like she was totally aware, you know, but not in control. God, Adam, I could see in her eyes that some part of her was still in there, locked away. And she was terrified.
Delara, I'm sure the girl...
Madeline. Her name was Madeline. You know the part that I'll never forget, though? The thing that keeps just replaying in my mind over and over? Right before she jumped out of my office window, I could swear she was crying.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound insensitive. But you made it through that, Delara. And I think you're stronger for it.
Thanks, Adam. Guess you just think you're over something, you know? And then...
I understand. But regardless of the reason, you took a risk coming back here. These are dangerous times for everyone.
You don't need to worry about me, Adam. I'll be fine. I'll just hunker down in my office until the storm passes. Besides, I hear I have a very comfortable couch.
Just take care of yourself.
I always do. I don't know why. I always fear the worst.
What mission am I? 14? Okay. I believe there's 17, so And I trust the game will let me know, hey man, if you haven't finished business, you might as well take care of that now. You know? I'ma trust that.
I understand that, but I have agents scattered around this city. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There is a clear and present danger. Exactly. How the hell are my people supposed to do their jobs if your people keep arresting them? Do you want more people to die? We have jurisdiction. Where? When? Don't give me that crap. I need safe passage around this city. Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The city's in lockdown, I get it, but I'm in the middle of a level 1 threat investigation here. You do understand we are trying to stop terrorists here. I understand that, but I have agents scattered around this city. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He's repeating now. Oh, I read that already.
There is a...
Alright.
clear and present day.
Oh,
You
shit.
made it. Hell of a time for a lockdown.
More like convenient, given everything that's happened in this investigation so far.
What does that mean?
They knew I was coming. Marchenko and the gold mask from Dubai. Somebody tipped them off.
Are you accusing me?
I'm not accusing anyone, yet. But 2 ambushes in less than a month? I want to know what's really going on.
So do I. MacReady dug into Garm. Started out as a geological research center, funded by the European Union, until 2025, when it was purchased by a nameless shell company.
You put Chang on it?
That kid scares me. Tracked it back to Bell Tower Associates in under an hour.
I take it no one purchased it when Bell Tower went bankrupt last year.
Wasn't even listed on the asset sheet. So like I said, you stumbled into something big. Care to focus on figuring out what it is? Chicane debriefed me while you were flying back. Leon sent in a strike team. Got there about an hour after you two slipped out.
And the mercs were gone.
Did a pretty good job of trashing the place before bugging out, and left a few booby traps behind. So we have no idea where they went or what they're planning next.
Not necessarily. I heard Marchenko talking to his men. He said something about finalizing a deal with the Diwali.
We need to move on this now. I'll get a search warrant for that old Diwali-owned theater on Zardibi Adlam Street.
You really think we have time for a search warrant?
No, but with the city under lockdown, I can't guarantee you'll make it over to the red light district alive.
I got here, didn't I? Nobody's killed me yet.
All right, fine. I won't stop you. Just be careful out there, Jensen. Let me know what you find.
Copy that.
Why are you giving me a code?
You do understand we are trying to stop terrorists here. I understand that, but I have agents scattered around.
Time to go. To go. But I want this first.
Can you hear me? You
Yeah?
have to come quick. He's here.
Who's here? Who is this?
It's Daria. From the crime scene. Do you remember? I'm at home. The apartment across from yours. Please, hurry. I need you one thing.
Are you still there? Daria!
Let's go! Okay, alright, I made it to somewhere. Oh, it's whatever.
Access granted.
Oh god. Still friends? Mel! I feel awful after our stupid fight last night. I'm so sorry. I know it's been hard for you, seeing me excited, talk about leaving, buying new clothes, and just last month we could barely afford to eat out. I should have been more considerate, but I was so excited. I just wish you could come. I even asked if there was a position for you, but they said no. That's why I got mad when you said I didn't care. But now I'm about to leave, I really feel like I'm abandoning you. Maybe you were right about Santo just pretending to care about people, but I can't miss this chance. Please understand, I love you, Flossie. I'm sorry too, Floss, and I do understand. Even though I was a complete bitch last night, I shouldn't have said those things about Santo. They don't make you a bad person. Obviously the job has been good for you, way better than cleaning the station toilets anyway, but I still don't like your script. When you said you miss me since I went on overtime, I thought you were blaming me for why we barely talk anymore. That's why I got upset. I'm off late shift in a few days, so let's try to get drunk one last time before you leave. It's going to be lonely here without you, my girl. I'll see you when I get home. Congratulations, Felice. I can confirm that your application for a full-time position at Santo has been accepted. All recruiters in Prague are being recalled to the city of Rabia in Oman, which means you'll be accompanying them as the newest member of our team. You will hear from our transfer team shortly, and we'll move you to Rabia within the week. On behalf of Santo, I want to thank you for all your hard work under difficult circumstances. Okay, the fall of the American Empire. The Oak incident has served to further widen existing fractures in the American Union. Increasingly draconian measures enacted by the government to establish order have done little but stoke the fires of extremism and goad the indolent discontented into action. The gulf between the haves and the have-nots continues to widen. Wait, the haves or the haves? I don't know. Radical constitutionalist groups have taken to militant action, and intimations of secession have been heard from various quarters of the continental U.S., particularly in the Northwest states and Texas. There is little to suggest that the United States will be able to claw its way out of this chasm in the yawning near future. I am sorry. Hold on. Might as well at this point. At this point, I feel that's more useful than the other option.
Relax, Brad. The worst that can happen is that we get shot.
Put the gun away. My Interpol friend, it's dangerous for you to be out in the street tonight. What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, the killer is still out there. More victims have turned up. All of them Augs, all harvested. Just like Angela's gun.
So it's the same person doing all this, and we still have no idea who that is.
I'm not sure where all this is going, but I've been looking at old case notes, and it's uncanny. Marek Svobotka, the old harvester, is supposed to be dead. Yet this killer seems to... Little habits that were never made public. I even called the cemetery just to make sure Svobodka's still dead.
And?
He's dead.
That doesn't explain what you're doing here.
It's still my case, isn't it? And it's still open. I was hoping that maybe Daria suddenly remembered something. What about you? You know very well that your Interpol ID doesn't mean shit tonight. Hell, I should be arresting you right now.
I don't know. I don't know and I don't care. I'm gonna cheat because I don't wanna fuck up. Okay. It doesn't matter.
I don't have time for this. Daria's in trouble and I need to get inside. You do whatever you have to.
Alright. I suppose you should check on your friend. I'll take a look around the building. You know, in case. Just try not to get caught.
I won't.
Just to be clear, the only thing I checked was what option to choose and it doesn't really matter. Hold on. Oh, fuck you, dude. Come on. There you go. I have two. Okay.
Access granted.
I hope she's not dead, honestly. Oh, fuck. Oh no. Oh no. Daria?
If they were willing to put their support behind me and the Safe Harbor Initiative,
Daria?
I wonder if they need to debate the act at all.
To hear more of my exclusive interview with Brown, log on to picusweb.com. This is Eliza Cassan, reporting to you live from Picus.
By Angela Gunn. From the best of Angela Gunn in memoriam. 4 years ago, Marek Svobotka terrorized our city for 7 months. By the time he was done, 27 bodies were uncovered. In each killing, traces of EMP were discovered, used to stun or incapacitate the victim. In each killing, puncture wounds were linked to the use of a homemade muscle relaxant. And, most notably, in each killing, the victim's augmentations were removed. Shortly before execution, Svobotka was asked why he did it. Where did the hatred for augmentation stem from? I don't hate them, he said. I save them. I make them human again. Svobodka's augmentation is a threat both to the individual and to the collective good. In his own twisted way, he was arguing then what the UN is arguing now. Whether pseudo-spiritual rhetoric or carefully crafted legalese, I don't know. The underlying message is the same, salvation through torture. If Marek Svobotka were alive today, he would have reason to be proud. His nightmare vision has become our political reality.
The Santo. structure, morphology, quality, excellence. Santo, does your
She's the killer?
A woman. An ex-army demolition specialist.
Hello, whispers. Hi, he's coming. Here he comes. Door not knocking, not knocking, not knocking. Hi. Please, not me, not me. Who's there? Not me, not me. Name neighbor. Hide me. I'm gonna get jump scared, aren't I? Wait, who wrote this? Did she do it? I'm not even gonna try. I mean, fuck it, I'll try. I'm screwed. I don't think it will be this one.
Anomaly detected. Trace probe access granted.
Fellow cat lovers, the murder of yet another of our own has created terrible emptiness inside me. First Leone, and now this. The world's a broken milk bowl that can never be filled again. We have no choice but to cancel our classes pending the police investigation. I encourage you to cuddle up to your loved ones and stay safe. Remember, I'm a mouse click away if anyone needs me. Daria, you must see me right away. Listen to me. I know some part of you doesn't want this. Some part of you is scared and looking for a way out. Keep in mind that the surgery was very delicate. Your brain is still trying to process the implanted signals. I'll ask that you hear me out. I understand if you have doubts about my intentions, but right now I'm your best and only chance. Tan Young has set me up at a pharmacy in the Davni district. I'm well equipped for what needs to be done. Please come see me before you do anything else, before anyone else gets hurt. Let me see if, let me just check real quick if I did not forget anything. And let's see what we find. I want to go there.
We have no business together.
You have no idea.
It is dangerous.
Your requested password has been created. Owning the devil. This is an automatically blah 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 blah. Wait, owning the devil is automatically generated?
Supposed to be out in the street tonight.
Indeedly. But you
We have no business together.
Alright, asshole. Let's dance.
What are you doing here? It's after curfew. It's dangerous.
Serial killers are dangerous. Curfews are just inconvenient.
I beg your pardon?
Daria Mishka. Ring a bell?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to divulge anyone's personal information.
I'm asking for your help. Daria's missing. She's gotten herself mixed up in these harvester killings.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't see what that has to do with me. Or with you, for that matter.
Before going after her, I want to make sure I have all the information I need. I read the email you sent her. You seemed very concerned. Something about a neural surgery you performed. Why was it so important for her to meet you here?
I used to know Daria. She was a patient of mine.
Your patient? You mean here at the drugstore?
No, of course not. Before that, when I used to work for Tai Yong Medical, big tech corporation. You know it?
Enough to know I don't like where this is going.
I headed a project. The cutting edge of neural science and cellular memory replacement. We dealt with people suffering from severe social disorders. We were making people better by making them better people.
How exactly did you make people better?
We found a way to isolate specific character traits. The idea was to use neural implants with imprints of desirable traits from select individuals and insert them into others who were, how should I say, less gifted. Take a man like yourself, for example. Would have given you a sense of humor.
I'm funny enough as it is. Now how about you tell me what went wrong? Something obviously did.
We were trying to help people. Imagine what it would mean if we succeeded. Anxiety, gone. Apathy, gone. Depression, gone.
That's bullshit.
Diversity gone, spontaneity gone, individuality gone. But you probably left that part out of your sales pitch.
A depression isn't a trait. Like, what the
Daria
fuck?
is responsible for what Daria does. The only reason Tai Young forced me to get involved is because so much is at stake for them. Big brand name to protect. I've met their lawyers, men whose briefcases are filled with broken teeth. You must understand.
The media is a bunch of bullshit.
I'm trying to save Daria. If any part of you cares about what happens to her, now is the time to tell me. What do I need to know to help her?
Daria is beyond help. You're wasting your time.
That's for me to decide. Now tell me about this procedure. And you can quit stalling, because I'm not going anywhere until I get the answers I need.
My job was to address people's deficiencies by integrating donor personality packages. That meant we needed lots of confident volunteers to donate time to our project. As you can imagine, people weren't exactly lining up to have a scrape inside their heads. So Tai Young had to diversify.
Once again,
The
I'm not
original
sure I like
serial
where this is
killer.
going.
They
Tai
use
Young
them.
Medical
They use
cut a
their
deal
his
with various
corpse.
penitentiaries. Prisoners who took part in our programs, they got granted little perks, bigger cells, running water. The prisons, they benefited from facility upgrades. It was a win-win.
You implanted the personality traits of prisoners into the mentally unstable? Smart. Let me take a wild guess. Daria's donor was Marek
Yeah.
Slobodka, better known as the
Exactly.
Harvester.
Donor number 698843. All I saw, all I was given, was a series of test scores that showed a perfect match. Everything she was missing, he had. Nothing else mattered at the time.
Your test subject's been murdering people all over Prague. Maybe you'll be next.
What? She didn't actually mention me, did she?
Is that all you care about? Your own skin?
Yeah.
It's not all I care about, but it's a very high priority.
Then let's put it this way. She's not the only one you need to be scared of right now.
All right. Look, we obviously want the same thing here. Daria has a neural chip installed just above the hairline. She won't let you get anywhere near it. So if you're serious about putting an end to this, you'll have to, you know,
What, kill her?
that would be my preference, yes. Or I suppose you could just incapacitate her, but then you run the risk of having her wake up. Not a risk I would take personally.
There must
Let me
be
try.
another way. Something that doesn't involve attacking her.
I wish I could help you. Unless you're willing to meet violence with violence, Daria's not a victim. Chip or no chip, she is behind this, and she will try to attack you no matter what you do.
I don't think Daria's as responsible as you make her out to be. Taking her out and removing the chip is great for you. Gets rid of any evidence that might link her actions to your bungled experiment. But there's no way it's my only option. And there's no way Tai Young Medical would develop a sensitive technology like this without some kind of failsafe. I know you're holding something back.
Like what?
A weakness, an override. Something that allows me to talk to her without the influence of whatever it is you installed.
Well, there is an override phrase. Daria's been programmed to react to it with specific subconscious impulses that are designed to trigger a shutdown of the chip.
Why wouldn't you tell me that in the first place?
Because I knew you would overestimate what it could do. You're a fool if you think you can just walk up to a killer and say a magic word. It won't undo what she's become. The decision to act on Svobodka's memories, to repeat them, that was all Daria. Simply shutting down the chip at this point will not be sufficient.
That's for me to decide. What's the override phrase?
Ad hominem 2026. But I warn you, do not turn your back on her. And do not underestimate her responsibility in all of this. We all have terrible nightmares. We all have visions of sick and terrible things we could do. But we don't all act on them. You must be careful around her. You must find a way to deal with Daria.
Huh. Case Study 698843. Donor 698843 continues to overwhelm his subjects' personalities in ways that are unexpected, if not remarkable. Our most recent subject was a woman named D. D suffered from an acute case of social anxiety. She could not look people in the eye, she could not eat in public, she could barely bring herself to come in for treatment. After 3 days of mild infusions, she was all but transformed, turned into a social butterfly. Not only did she eat in public, she ate what he would have eaten. 5 days into the process, we were forced to employ the override phrase to reset the neural mechanism and readjust aspects of the neural code. Certain of 698843's proclivities were unexpected. It was an excellent opportunity to test override functionality and improve our ability to correct personality packages on the fly. This treatment was complete after 7 days, if no time at all. She has become a fully functioning member of society. Lawmakers in Prague, working under direct instructions from the army of the Czech Republic, have declared a state of emergency in and around the city following the unexpected death of Dr. Talos Rucker. We believe that terrorists living inside the Utilec complex will use their leader's death as an excuse to rain more mayhem down on Prague, President Kaisley said in a statement. Riots have been going on all day inside Golem City and a number of deaths have been reported. We cannot and will not let that happen here. Martial law is in effect until the crisis is lifted, with state police given sweeping powers to enforce peace. A curfew has been enacted and no citizen, augmented or not, is allowed out on the streets. It goes without saying that any who break curfew or resist police orders will be dealt with harshly. Bomb maker captured. Interpol successfully apprehended Alison Stanek, the woman who assembled the bombs that blew up Bruzzica Station. A demolition specialist with ties to an augmented religious cult, Stanek purportedly used parts of her father's custom-designed watches to trigger the bombs. Interpol hopes her interrogation will shed light on more terror plots. Man, I'm fucking tired. Sorry. Oh. I did not notice that I had an R2. Nicholas, we're so glad that you're part of the Tai Young family again. If you want to remain part of the family, we'll clean up your damn mess. Make no mistake, V is your responsibility. If anyone ever finds out what or why she is, you and you alone will be the one to pay for it. Find her.
You want to talk? Get that thing out of my face. We have no business together.
Okay. I need to check what the right thing is to do, because I am not sure. Alright guys,
We have no
let's
business
do this. And you know what it is, guys? She's a cat lady, and the killer is sort of a copycat. And I think, like, that was the hint, you know? Yeah. Ooh. Prague under martial law, everyone is guilty. Understand, the police now have the authority to kill anyone found walking the streets after curfew, augmented or not. Samizdat's revelations on the government have always had us in the firing line. But martial law means that any person who steps out of line is a target. You, your family, your neighbors, regardless of the truth. This lockdown shows that our government neither respects nor values the lives of their citizens. Samizdat's warning of Resolution 3507 for the rest of us has materialized. Easy answer. Stay home and out of trouble. But what of the weeks to come? Will those same Dvali corrupted police be ordered to drag you from your own house as a suspected troublemaker? It's not enough for us to simply report on this. Samizdat is providing shelters around Prague for those who no longer trust the authorities. Seek sanctuary, stay off the streets, and join with others like you, offering help and a way out. Ignoring disregard for others' rights is what got us here in the first place. Now more than ever, Samizdat will fight back to remain the loud and clear voice of reason against the pernicious idiots in power. Never forget, the truth can change everything. Find it, protect it, share it. Longer life, shorter expectations. Confidential review copies of an upcoming UN report warn that Earth's population will hit 10 billion by 2040, 10 years earlier than expected. Without moderation, says the report, this rate of growth will prove unsustainable. Likely, it's hard to believe that our world leaders might consider culling as the best answer, right? Time for a history lesson. Since the turn of millennium, 65 million people had elected for biomechanical augmentation. In 2027, the tragic accident known as simply as the incident wiped out 89% of these freshly empowered human beings. Faster than you, or I could say, the population. Still finding it hard to believe? List of extinct species. Hogs. Ooh. Oh shit. Oh fuck, I didn't save.
Oh, thank God. I knew you'd find me. We must hurry before he comes back.
Before who comes back? The man who killed Angela Gunn?
Yes. He knows you're after him. He wanted you to come.
Oh fuck. Oh right.
You can drop the act, Daria. I know what's going on here. I know there's no one else out there. I ran into an old friend of yours. The name Cipra mean anything to you?
You mean Dr. Cipra? Where did you dig him up?
He's worried about you.
He's worried about himself. He's worried about Tai Yong Medical. They're willing to kill to cover things up, to preserve their precious image. Their reasons are savage compared to mine.
I don't believe this is who you are. Something changed in you after Cipra's surgery. Made you do things you would never have done otherwise, for reasons that aren't your own. But it's not too late.
Don't be so naive. I am who I've always been. Sipra's surgery, all it did was give me access to another man's technique. His courage to follow through.
I can still help you.
This one.
Ad hominem 2026.
What did you do? Is that how machines pray?
Listen to me. The neural chip that Dr. Sipra installed in you is in the process of shutting down. Try to focus. This version of you that's been hurting people, I don't believe that was really you.
Then you don't know me very well. Why? Why should this change anything? The procedure gave me access to memory banks that weren't my own. The choice to draw on those memories was mine alone. You can't take them from me.
The shutdown process may take some time. There may be lingering effects, but that doesn't mean it's too late to help you.
You really believe that, don't you? All right. Prove it. Approach me. Come. Closer. Save me from all those horrible things Dr. Sipra did. There's nothing to be scared of, right? Surely whatever trace of the harvester was inside me is gone now that you've said the magic words.
Persuade.
You obviously need more help than I can offer, but that doesn't mean it's not out there. Whatever power the neural chip had over you should be diminishing now. You should be able to fight whatever urges Svobodka's memories inspired in you.
I don't need help. You do. You need to be saved. All Augs need to be saved. Svobodka inspired me to... I can make you human again. I have to make you human again to atone for what I am.
Subject's personality traits are those of Marek Svobodka, the original harvester killer. Whatever part of the real Daria Miska that now remains has long lain dormant, she must be found. So, first thing that we need to choose here is humanize.
This notion you got that augmented people need saving, that there's something less than human. Look, I didn't know her, but I guarantee you Angela Gunn was a human being. Her humanity was defined by her ideas, her passions, the causes she believed in. It had nothing to do with whether or not she was augmented.
Svobodka never saw them as individuals. To him, they were victims of an age that terrified him. Mirror images of the monster he had become. He believed the entire race was under attack, that mechanization would keep our souls from migrating.
How does that sound like to you when you say it? Migration of the soul, victims of an age? I'm not talking abstract concepts here. I'm talking about people. Svobodka never saw his victims as human beings because it would have made it impossible to do what he did. He was sick, he was scared. Whatever he was no savior.
You're right. The more he killed, the easier it became. That is why he had to repeat the actions, ritualize them. It was a way of justifying his beliefs. If you kill one man, the memory is like an anvil. If you kill 7, you quickly forget the first. It all starts to seem inevitable. Surely it must be obvious to you by now. The Daria you came here to save no longer exists. She hasn't for a long time. All that remains now is his drive, his legacy, his cause.
His cause, not yours. I don't know the extent to which you're responsible for your actions. Whether you chose to be like him or whether it was completely out of your control. But you are different. If you can recognize that, maybe you can start distinguishing his motives from your own.
Let's say that I can feel his presence receding. After all this time, maybe I can finally recover the person I was before Sipra's procedure. That doesn't undo what I've done. How can I possibly be allowed to walk out of here?
It's not for me to judge you. I want smarter people than me to look into this neural procedure you underwent. Dig into Cipra and Tai Young.
So you're offering me a fair trial?
I'm not offering anything. But if there's any hope of moving on here, not killing anyone else is a good start. Society has every right to judge you, and it also has a right to hear all about Cipra and Tai Young Medical. I'm not an expert on extenuating circumstances, but I'd say you have an interesting case.
You were right before, about the override process taking time. I can feel him receding. Memories of memories no longer crashing against me like they did. Let me prove it to you. Come closer. I want at least one person to know that I'm no longer what I was.
What? Oh shit. Okay, I can do it.
Alright, Daria, we need to get you out of here for real now. This needs to end.
The version of me who did those things to Angela, I cannot even imagine it being me, even though I know it was. Whatever happens now, whatever the authorities decide, I hope you believe me.
What's going on here? What the hell am I interrupting?
Detective Montag.
Daria's got a story to tell you. How you react may have something to do with your thoughts on experimental neural therapies and big medical conglomerates.
I don't understand. Where is the harvester?
I want to turn myself in.
One of you really needs to start explaining.
I want to confess to the killings of Angela Gunn, Misha Voracek, Pavel Klima, and Leonie Wolf. I also need to tell you about the neural procedure I underwent. It involves Tai Young Medical and a man named Dr. Nicholas Cipra. I hope you'll listen.
You can handle this from here. Just listen carefully to what she has to say.
All right, Daria. I think you should start at the beginning.
2 years ago, I signed up for a program sponsored by Tai Young Medical. They said they could help people to become better versions of themselves. It all feels so long ago now. Another lifetime.
I suggest you remember everything you possibly can about this procedure you underwent. Who was involved, when it happened.
I'm not that person anymore. I swear to you.
Take your time. For now, nothing's going to happen until I get the full story.
Turning myself in is for the best. I know that now.
I can't talk to him.
Need to keep moving.
Yeah, thought as much.
What the fuck is going on with my house, man? Oh wait, this is not my house.
Policajtům jde jen o moc. Viděl jsem, jak nějaký sráč vytáhnul svou ženu ven za pačesy. Začal jí mlátit. Zajti je sebrali oba za porušení zákazu vycházení.
Oh my god, how can you be so calm? Talking about that. Reactions mixed as rich flock to London. For the next few days, London will be the place to be seen as rich and famous from all over the globe arrive for the Safe Harbor Convention. Nathaniel Brown, CEO of the Santo Group, plans to unveil Rabia, as much talked about City of the Future for Augs. Rabia seems especially topical tonight, as stories of rioting inside Santo's first AUG-only complex fill headlines. Many believe Prague should have shut down Talos Rucker's augmented rights movement eons ago. Others are calling for compassion and patience until the vote on the Human Restoration Act is resolved. They seem to believe normalcy can be re-established. There's a typo there. What does Brown think? Reporters caught up with him at Apex Center, where the Safe Harbor Convention will occur. When Rabia is finished, he said, we won't have to face this problem again. No justice for augmented victims. State police have suspended their investigation into the grisly murder of augmented reporter Angela Gunn, at least until martial law is lifted. When making this statement, police spokesman Alexis Volner denied allegations that homicide detectives see augmented victims as less important, adding, "Her case is only suspended, not closed."
None of us like
Hold on. Eugen, here's what I could get for you. Various medical supplies as requested. Inventory list is in the container. Includes viral type biomaterial from our BSL-2 stock, so take standard precautions when handling it. Note, I wasn't comfortable acquiring the chemical reagents you suggested on the list, so you'll have to improvise with whatever you have. Sorry. There wasn't technically any spare, and I'm walking a fine line as it is. You'll have to let me know how the test came out. Keep me informed, and good luck. Arnold. Look, it's floating. I always confuse that as my apartment, man. Now, here's the thing. I want to do this, I want to continue this mission, but I actually need to do a new recording, so give me just a second. Alright guys, so set up the new recording. So, let's continue the mission. Yo, I did not... Who came here to watch TV, dude? I do not appreciate. Seraph!
Adam, good. We need to talk, son.
What's going on, Seraph? Why the secure vidcall number?
I looked into Facility 451. It was a processing clinic, one of dozens set up after the incident to help augmented people recover. It was supposed to be places to heal, but they were run more like prison camps.
And?
And I don't think you got your new AUGs there. You said rescue teams dumped you in that clinic shortly after Panchaea collapsed, but your name doesn't appear on its entry logs. And it doesn't appear on any survivor recovery lists either.
They said I was a John Doe. Nobody knew who I was.
It wouldn't have been hard to find out. Your augmentations have serial numbers. Or at least the ones I had installed into Adam Jensen did.
Why are you so sure I didn't get these AUGs in Alaska? Orloff was there. I spoke with him.
You said he was using an alias, McFadden. I looked into it. Casper McFadden didn't exist until the day you regained consciousness, which was 1 month before you escaped the facility.
Okay, so where was Orloff?
Not in Alaska. He was with Tai Young Medical for a while, and in the spring of 2028, his name pops up once or twice in the Baltic region. Then he dropped off the grid, and McFadden shows up.
So what does that prove? Orlov is McFadden and McFadden is Orlov. None of it connects him to me.
Except for the AUGs which Orlov designed and nobody else knows how to install, let alone make compatible with a competing system.
Are you suggesting all my AUGs are new? Even the ones you gave me?
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm telling you, all the AUGs we ever installed had registry codes, and they're not hard to trace.
I know my AUGs, Seraph. It took 2 years for my body to get used to them, to unlock all their potential.
2 years? Really, Adam? One of which you don't remember because you were allegedly in a coma in Alaska. Look, son, all I'm saying is it wouldn't have been hard to identify you, but for some reason, that never happened.
I found a set of Orlov schematics in a secret military facility in the Swiss Alps. The mercs there had the same augments as me. Do you think I could have been there?
A secret military base in Switzerland? It's kind of far from the Arctic, but...
But what?
When Panchaea collapsed, the original search and rescue mission was reclassified as a recovery operation after 7 days.
Meaning they weren't expecting to find any more survivors.
A few days after that, a unit of soldiers who were never publicly identified intervened. I think that's who found you.
They pull me out of the ocean, take me somewhere, and a year later, Orlov and I show up in Alaska.
Maybe. Listen, son, there's some conclusions you have to make for yourself. I've gone as far as I can take you. Orlov might have had answers, but as soon as you found out he was in Prague, that he'd been visiting Prague periodically ever since you started working with TF-29's division there, somebody killed him. You tell me what it means.
I can't. Not yet.
Well, if you ever do find out, give me a call. Until then, take care of yourself, Adam. Be careful.
Thanks for the help, Seraph.
I think... Dude.
It's about time.
The fuck? Leave me alone. Like, I think... Hold on. Did this finish? It did. Okay. So, I don't think we're gonna know more about this because... Sorry. It's over. And the only appearance of that guy... I mean, it seemed that it was only side content. So what I think is that they might use this unresolved business as base for, well, another game. Story-wise, what happens next is actually older games, like games that came out way before this one. But maybe they were hoping, you know, to leave something unresolved they could I'm sorry, I'm really struggling to talk because I really should have been in bed by now. Sorry, just take some unresolved storylines or whatever, some mysteries that were not answered, some questions that were not resolved, and use that as the basis, let's say, for another installment in the series. I don't think it went that well. Like, I don't know what happened with the game. I'm really liking it. And hey, hopefully another game in the series comes up eventually, and explores the lore. Let's put it that way. Anyways, that's all the time I have for this episode. I'm so sorry. I'm heading to bed immediately after this. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.